feel like you're chasing a high? Whether it's scrolling social media, binge watching, shopping online, or even that extra scoop of ice cream and still feel empty? Welcome to Mind Muse Audio, and today we're diving into Dopamine Nation by Dr. Anna Lemke. Let's sit with this. Our brains are literally wired to chase pleasure and avoid pain. Dopamine, the chemical of reward, drives almost everything we do. But here's the catch: in today's world, it's everywhere, non stop, and it's rewiring us in ways we don't even realize. Part 1: The Pleasure Pain Balance. Dr. Lemke explained that our brains try to maintain balance between pleasure and pain. Every time we get a hit of pleasure, there's a slight counterweight of discomfort, even if we don't notice it immediately. Think about late night scrolling. That dopamine hit feels good for a few minutes, right? But then there's a crash, guilt, anxiety, or numbness. Ever felt that way? You're not weak or lazy, it's biology. Pause here and think: how many small dopamine hits are you chasing daily just to feel normal? Key takeaway: pleasure without limits creates hidden pain. Awareness is the first step. Part 2: Addiction isn't always what you think. Dr. Lemke reminds us that addiction isn't just drugs or alcohol. It can be anything that gives us repeated, compulsive dopamine hits. Social media, work, shopping, sugar, gaming, anything that numbs us from discomfort can become a silent addiction. Real life example: think about doom scrolling late at night. You tell yourself, just 5 minutes, and suddenly it's an hour, and you feel drained. That's your brain's reward system hijacking your day. Here's a mindset shift for today. Notice what you're compulsively reaching for. Ask, is this nourishing me or just numbing me? Part 3: The Role of Pain. Let's pause here. Dr. Lemke flips a perspective most of us resist. Pain is necessary. Pain recalibrates our pleasure systems. Without it, dopamine becomes overstimulated, tolerance builds, and satisfaction drops. Think of exercise, fasting, or difficult conversations. They are uncomfortable, but they reset your brain, make pleasure more rewarding, and build resilience. Practical tip: try a small daily discomfort: cold shower, skipping a snack, or a tech free hour. Notice how it makes you feel afterward. That's the brain finding balance. Part 4: The Social Dimension. Now, here's where it gets personal. Dr. Lemke talks about the social aspect of dopamine. Isolation increases cravings. Our modern lifestyle is filled with hyper connected devices, but deep isolation, we swipe, scroll, binge, and it's temporary relief from loneliness, not real connection. Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly presence with another human without your phone? Pause for a second. What if some of your compulsions are trying to fill a connection void? Key insight: healthy social bonds are the most potent antidote to overstimulated dopamine systems. Part 5: Delayed gratification and resetting your brain. Here's another gem. The antidote to dopamine overload isn't pleasure avoidance forever, it's balance. Lemke emphasizes delayed gratification, learning to wait, tolerate discomfort, and rebuild sensitivity to everyday joys. Let's take a real life example. Think of someone who goes on a dopamine fast. No sugar, no social media, no video games for a week. At first, discomfort hits hard, but by day 5 or 6, a cup of coffee or a conversation with a friend feels magical again. Mindset shift: intentionally reduce small dopamine hits for short periods. Rewire your brain to enjoy life more fully. Part 6: Compassion and self-awareness. Dr. Lemke reminds us that shame doesn't help. Self-blame, guilt, and harsh judgment just add to pain. Instead, curiosity and self-awareness create lasting change. Pause here. What compulsive behavior have you been judging yourself for? What if you approached it with curiosity? Why do I reach for this? What need am I trying to meet? Practical takeaway: self compassion plus awareness equals freedom from compulsive habits. Start journaling one small observation today. No judgment, just noticing. Part 7: Living with dopamine awareness. Finally, living in a dopamine aware way doesn't mean eliminating pleasure. It means understanding your brain's wiring, seeking balance, and choosing long term joy over short term highs. Think of it like this: the first bite of chocolate tastes amazing because you've practiced restraint. That conversation with a friend is richer because you slowed down. That workout feels rewarding because you're tuned into your body. Start small. Notice your cravings. Experiment with short dopamine breaks. Connect deeply with people. Celebrate simple pleasures. Thanks for listening to Mind Muse Audio. If this helped you reflect, like, share, and subscribe, and come back whenever you need a reset. And tell me in the comments, what one small craving will you notice differently today?